This is how you know it's a serious one day. Putting shoes on. So I wouldn't want to step on a sliver of titanium. The absolute highest quality military grade titanium you can buy, just kidding. It's like the cheapest. It's like a little $7 sheet off of Amazon. I know there's differences. Let's start with something I might actually be able to bend. I have a little bit of confidence that this is possible. At some point, maybe we'll get the aircraft quality. Is it called P5 or something? The most tightest of titaniums. Not today. I don't even know if this is possible. I have carbide bits. I got a bandsaw blade I'm willing to sacrifice. And I got time. Why is that clock still wrong? 9:15. Plenty of time to get this done. Let's get this done. I'm being a naughty bait maker. We are opening up our Arkansas wiggler. Hopefully there wasn't some sort of template I could have printed out, because that happened. This is more authentic, even if there is. Titanium Arkansas wiggler. If you didn't see the Arkansas wiggler lure review, you can refer back to that video. This lure was it. It's not anymore, but this was an extremely official lure review lure. So we need to make our own updated, awesome version. I'll probably display this. It made the sacrifice, it deserves the recognition. Draw the outline. So whatever metal this was made out of, the original, the titanium sheet is the same thickness as the original. I made sure for that to be the case. It's just gonna be a lot harder to work with. There's our shape. We'll deal with like the holes and stuff in a different way. It probably won't look like that. I have better ideas. This is not going to be your typical one day. Starting off by replacing a blade on the bandsaw. That's a shame. I had this set up so perfectly for like a year. Haven't needed to touch it. Okay, choices. I'm seeing a thick boy in there. I want that. I don't want this blade breaking and slapping me in the finger. A slap in the finger from a bandsaw blade is no fun. So we're gonna use that. I know when you're cutting titanium, you want to go slow, but this is one speed. This is a simple bandsaw. So maybe I'll just have to move the titanium slowly. Put the cover on over here. Don't want that sneaking up on you and cutting your weenus. Oh boy. This is a pretty big moment of truth. I'm gonna get a glove. Dum dum dum. Okay, time out. I think the edges, like, I think it can go through just fine, because it was initially, excuse, I need to calm down. Initially, I thought it wasn't working, because I was pressing hard and it wasn't like going into the blade, but these edges are sharp, so I'm gonna unsharpen these edges. Okay, that's better. I think those edges were just digging into this MDF and I wasn't able to push it. This was the face I was making the whole time. Just realized I haven't moved my face that whole time. Sounded gross, smelled strange, was stressful. Felt like that blade was gonna break the whole time. Couldn't cut clean. Nothing was clean. My ears are kind of ringing. I'm okay, but we better keep this glove on because we have to sand too. It doesn't cut clean, it wants to pool up after the blade travels some distance through it. And then it has this burnt titanium glob to get through and it catches. That's over, let's sand. Okay, it's sparking. You know what? This one actually works better. I know it doesn't look like it would, but this one actually works better. I don't know, that one's kind of getting somewhere. It's really slow. Let's try the big one. You know, you can tell it's like a different sting when it actually puts a burn or a blister on your finger. That almost got there. This is working a lot better though. Along the majority of the edges on this thing, we have some nice, clean, perfectly shaped to what it needs to be titanium. But up here, my sander's not able to get in there. We gotta get in there still. Where'd my stuff go? Dremel cutoff wheel stuff. This. Super high speed. Probably gonna get this stuff glowing hot. Who cares? I'm not making a knife out of it. I'm making a wiggler. Probably put my safety equipment on. You guys are gonna be proud of me this video. This hardened steel Irwin utility knife blade is getting through this titanium, little chunks of it. I'm not trying to say that I'm carving this out with a utility knife. I'm getting the burrs off. Was trying to do that with a grinder and it was getting just a little messy. I can bend it, you see that? It's not easy, but it bends a little bit. If I put my body weight into that, I could probably just bend the lip down right now. But before we do that, let's decide on the hardware, if there's holes to be drilled in this or not. This being the Arkansas Wiggler Remaster, I'm thinking through wire. So I'm just gonna mark out where the original stuff was. That go through the body right there, first hook hanger, little anus. So I could just drill a hole right there, drill a hole right there where it comes back through the body, drill a hole right here where that through wire connection drops down and it can be the front hook hanger. I kind of want up here. That's an improvement if it's up there in my opinion. So don't do that. Comes back into the body right away. Exits the bottom of the tail. Yeah, and I loop it off and everything. So drill a hole right there. You guys get all that here. First hook hanger, second hook hanger. No pork rinds. In the last video, a bunch of you explained to me that pork rinds were a soft plastic way back in the day in the 40s, not actual out of the bag chicharrones, pork rinds, you know? Thanks for the clarification, fellas. I don't know much about old lures. Some cobalt bits. This should be able to get through titanium. All right, everybody, give the drill press a warm welcome back to the channel. Oh, I'm dropping my nice Forstner bits on the concrete. Looks like I need to use, that chuck only accepts a minimum of an 1/8 inch. There we go. All right, what kind of oil do I want to use? We have options. How about some Iwata airbrush oil? Sounds good to me. See how this goes. Dude, that was like nothing. Okay, easy peasy. I spoke too soon. All right, hold on tightly. I'm gonna blame that on the oil. The titanium slipped out of my iron grip. Holes. Okay, we broke out the 0.041 inch stainless steel lock wire. If I can do like a mock fit right now and get it in there, I'll be able to get it in there after everything's bent. Okay, it is an extremely intense finagle fest to get this done, but I think it can be done. Okay, I snapped all that off of there because it was so bad. That was bad. But I have about 18% more confidence that that'll be fine when it actually needs to happen. It'll probably be fine. I can see why on the original one, it seemed like they did place it in post bending, pretty much riveted it to a little point in the back there. Understand, I get it. I understand 1940s lure making people. I'm gonna get more coffee. I ingested the coffee and a blast of realization hit me along with the caffeine. I can just put a split ring off of that because it's titanium, duh. Just put a split ring right there. It'll fit, done with that. So all I have to really through wire is there, come back into the body, and then come out on the last one right there. Time to bend. Here we are over here because there are soft jaws over here. I'm gonna put the lip in. Got some pieces of freaking wood to help me. Not just any wood. I'm just gonna bend the top back here. Why does it sound crunchy? You know how the edges were, I don't know, oxidized from the heat or something? That must have been that stuff just cracking on the edges. Cause that bent like an absolute dream. I went with a very steep angle. Okay, now for the tough bend. The original was cupped very nicely. Like something was just holding it down like that, and then, see, I can't do it with my fingers. It seems like that was the die or the mechanism or whatever. Should I try to get some placement for eyes on this right now? Maybe I should. So I'm not big into sacrificing my tools, but this is probably that. I hear if you go slow, you can use high-speed steel and get through titanium. I'm not trying to get through, I'm just trying to scrape a spot for a 1/4 inch eye to be on these lobes. So let's scrape a spot. And if this tiny bit was catching and throwing my bait around, that bit will do that too. Very much so more. At least I have this to hold on to now. One day. Oil, forgot oil. Dude, that could be its own eye. The back has a bulge, acceptable bulge in my opinion. I wouldn't mind another one on the other side. It still feels a little sharp, the bit does, so that didn't destroy it too much. Two acceptable bulges on the back side and two perfectly clean eye sockets on the front. Those will fold up. I don't know, maybe I won't even put plastic eyes on this. So I'm thinking from like here to here on this end. That's a lot of titanium to bend at once. But here we go, man. Let's bend a lot of titanium at once. Oh yeah. Okay, that's in there. Very tight. Now I need something to just kind of, should I just go like that and hit it with a hammer? Let's see if I can do it with my hands. Okay, I've completely sacrificed my hand. I've abandoned the hammer for my hand. My palm right there, and I laid it on its side and I just smashed it, and that's all that was needed. Don't complicate this, fellas. That's all you need. And that is how Arkansas wigglers are made. That is how remastered Arkansas wigglers are made. That step was way smoother and easier than I thought, bending all that up. That took a lot of force. My hand hurts, but we got some serious results out of that. That looks good. Alright, that was just trying to like bend the back edge up slightly, even everything out back there. Alright, next we gotta just bend those eye flaps, pinch those in on each other. Can I do that with my fingers right now? Ooh! Not exactly. Let's use the vise. I'm being way too prideful in this video, trying to do everything with just my hands. Conquer the titanium with my hands. What was the original? Okay, there's like a 1/4 inch. Right now it's like a 3/8 inch of space. We gotta get it a little further. Tapping here, tapping there, bending this, that, and the other thing. I think we did it. We got a titanium Arkansas wiggler body. Still have to add the hardware. I can't get closer than that. Twist it off up there. Notice how it's a little bit square and sticking out on one side. I made it like that so it kind of gets accepted into a notch that I put right there. See, the Dremel bit skipped off and I scratched it. Anyway, that'll go in there like that, into that notch. Get it in there. So not only do we need to get it in there, we need to loop it back up. That way it goes back in the bait like that. Pull it through. Ew, that was not a good sound. The line tie exists nicely in a little notch. Twist it off at the bottom right there. It goes back into the body. Now we need to take this end and put it through that last hole and feed it through all the way. It's not gonna wanna go, but it's gonna go. Okay, I put it in my vise and gave it a yank, and it's through. Now it's coming out the bottom. Make a little hook hanger. Okay, that's all nice and tight. My line tie stayed in place that whole time because of that notch. It would have got yanked out of there and all deformed and stuff if I didn't do that. I think that's twisted enough. From the outside, I mean, that looks pretty good. There's like 1/2 millimeter of wiggle, but everything stays in place nicely. On the inside, it's kind of a twisted mess, but good enough for a one day. Stuff's secure. I just got to get a split ring off the back. Should we glue eyes on that? Yeah, I'm gonna glue eyes on that. That is cool and whatnot, but that deserves an eye. The original, it had yellow eyes. So our upgrade to the remaster will be these gorgeous chartreuse eyes. Dead meat custom chartreuse eyes. Those look pretty good on titanium. By the way, I have no clue what hooks these are. That's the case for most of the hooks that I own. I don't know what they are. They won't tangle. They're nice and sharp. They probably won't bend like the old ones. That worked out perfect. Yeah, this thing's gonna be a little louder. That's a higher pitch. Ring-a-ding-ding. The completely remastered Arkansas Wiggler. Titanium. Surprisingly easy to bend. Could do it with my palm. That still hurts. Titanium. My initial impressions are that it's way lighter. Like way, way lighter. We'll weigh it after we test it here. It works just like the original. It really does. It's super consistent, comes in super straight. We did it. It's just lighter. It sinks a little slower. It wants to do super weird stuff when it sinks. It's flipping around like a ninja. That's kind of cool. That'll probably get some bites. Does it kerplop? Oh yeah. We did it. This is how you know you have an Arkansas Wiggler. It sounds like jingle bells going through the water. I like it. .43 ounce. Versus, this is about hooks and stuff and some wire. 0.57 ounce. Substantially lighter. My confidence is pretty high right now. Let's get out there. One day! It's only 11:45. I'm gonna eat lunch and then I'm gonna get out there. Waiting for a train just about there. We're gonna try a spot on the Mississippi here first. Mississippi. We're gonna try a spot on the Mississippi first, and then maybe go deeper in the creek, maybe hit a pond up. It's a nice cloudy overcast day. So yeah, that's about it. See you at the spot. Will the titanium version have first cast luck as well? First cast. With the new reel, I got a bird's nest. Let's get it out quick before I snag on the bottom into some wood. There's wood down there. It's sinking, it's sinking, it's sinking. It's probably on the bottom. At this point, we just have to hope it's not on wood. All right, we're good. All right, I gotta adjust this reel correctly. Okay, that was the first legit cast right there. I hope you guys saw that. That smallmouth just short struck this thing. Huge follow, fellas. What is the first fish on this reel gonna be? I'm fishing with your guys' new reel. If you remember from the last video, we unboxed your guys' new reel. The hooks on this thing are more free flowing. They're able to move more, and therefore the line gets tangled in them more. The old school one scores higher in that department. I had no issues with the old school one. I don't need to say old school, I can say the old one. All right, let's go deeper into the creek. It's not easy today. That's not what you want. Do I have to get the lure retriever out? Dang it, it's in the truck. Got it. It's so funny the way it goes down there on a mission. Oh! Dang, both lines were tight. Almost had it, I think. I'm gonna go over this bridge to the other side. Ooh, just came loose.
That's all I needed to do. Just got another snag. No way. Okay, we need to do the same thing. I'll try doing it up on the bridge though. Got it? We got it. It's not a complete failure. We got our bait. So the lure retriever is not official in this video. It failed us today. I seriously spent like a half an hour finagling with that. That was rough, but we got our lure back, and there is still the potential to successfully complete this one day. 401. Okay, I need to get the lure retriever out again. It's been a rough day. I don't think the Arkansas Wiggler wanted to be remade. No!
Got a new one.
It's the next day.
And I've decided that this can still be like half official.
I shoulda, coulda, woulda made two. Had I made two, I'm like 50% certain that would have been successful. So when you do that math, this can still be 50% successful. Let's go get that 50. It's like the windiest day of the year so far. We tried creek fishing, river fishing, backwater river fishing, lake fishing. Sometimes you just need to know a guy with a pond. And there's probably no better guy to know than Kevin Bjornson when it comes to fishing a pond, bjpond.com. Okay, the original Arkansas Wiggler was first cast here. We had a fish on. Didn't catch it, but we had one on. Ultimate comparison coming right up. I'll even throw it in the same spot. Titanium's worse. It's official. This is so strange. Why can't I catch a fish on this? Man, why do I have such insanely bad luck with cameras? All right, we got to get another one. As you can see from the slow-mo, I caught a 2-pound bass, but my GoPro shut off, so we'll just get another. Fish on. I better be recording. It's official. Even the dinks like titanium. Haha. Even dinkier. Look at that dink go. Such youthful energy. Be free. Fish on. It feels pretty dang good to have a fish on right now. It's staying down really hard. Please don't lose this. I should have brought my net. I snagged a spoonbill. A little baby. Look at this guy. What a rostrum. That's a first for this channel. That's about how the fishing's going though. If these are all you can catch, the fishing's not that well. It's a snag a spoonbill kind of day. What a dorky fish. Be free. That wasn't even on the bait. That was on a jig. Oh my goodness. Fish don't like titanium.
Pardon the state of my larynx. I've fallen a bit ill. Probably yet another addition to the curse of the destroyed Arkansas wiggler. I don't know if it was the titanium or the curse, but the fish did not want it. It was an unsuccessful one day and a slightly official bait. The thing gets like a D. Yeah, it worked good. It gets a C. I stuck it out. I was thinking like, I'm just gonna stay here and fish with this jig till something interesting happens, and got a paddlefish. Good old spoonie. Crazy. I've only had one before. The one before was like 30 pounds. It was huge. It was kind of cooler catching the baby. Those look so much weirder when they're small, but the rostrum's just ridiculous on the little ones. I might bend this back into shape and put some through wire through there. Totally could. It's not completely destroyed, fellas. Don't think I like destroyed some precious relic from the fishing past. There was a lot of these stamped in the 40s. Let's see, how many Arkansas wiggler fishing lures were made?
The exact number of Arkansas wigglers made isn't readily available. Classic lures like these often vary, and records aren't always comprehensive. They were popular among anglers, particularly in the 40s and 50s, so a fair number were made.
Blah, blah, blah. A fair number were made. We'll bend it back, okay? I'll bend it back. But I think adaptations, brass, freaking Damascus steel, that'd be cool. Probably get rusty though. It takes me less than an hour to whip one out of titanium, so I might, maybe for the bait legations, we'll make this more official. Those are coming right up. Probably less than a month from now, we're gonna have the big bait legations. Be ready, fellas. That's it. I don't feel like talking anymore. I'll be in tip-top shape in the next video. Thanks for watching. Like button, please. Thank you. On to the next bait. That hurt.
I'm being a naughty bait maker.
Seeing a thick boy in there. I like sneaking up on you and cutting your weenus. No pork rinds.
Mississippi.
Smelled strange.